Hey friends, Thor here. It's This Week on Blu-ray and DVD. We have another jam-packed edition to tell you about. Let's get into the white-knuckle thriller that is 10 Cloverfield Lane. This is described as a blood relative, a cousin, if you will, to the original Cloverfield movie. And I like this one because they dispensed with the found footage format and went for a Hitchcockian thriller with real claustrophobic elements led confidently by the amazing Mary Elizabeth Winstead and a scene-stealing John Goodman, as well as John Gallagher Jr. from The Newsroom. But this is a great movie about a woman who wakes up in an underground bunker after a car accident, and John Goodman is basically telling her the entire world has been taken over by some kind of attack. It's unclear what actually happened, but he says you can't go outside. So the bulk of the movie takes place inside this bunker with the tension and the eeriness just getting ramped up until a bizarre, shocking finale, which actually made it feel like two different movies, but that's okay. J.J. Abrams behind this one producing, and it's got the classic Abrams witticisms and mood and feel. There's enough room here for funniness, for great drama, for emotion. It's all kind of packed in there, and as I said, I don't want to give anything away about the ending because it is quite the twist where it does a total 180. I had a little bit of an issue with that, but overall, this was a great thriller with just a very taut script, and the trio of actors in the film really work so well together. Great chemistry here, and yeah, this is an awesome thriller. So 10 Cloverfield Lane, also jam-packed with over 30 minutes of special features. The cast sits down with JJ. They describe the legacy of Cloverfield. There's a featurette on script production. You can take a tour of the bunker and learn how the costume designer was challenged to create a homemade hazmat suit. Very cool. All right, let's move on now to perhaps one of the worst movies I've seen in a long time. Yes, he's back. Gerard Butler returning as Secret Service agent Mike Banning in London Has Fallen, the high-octane sequel to the box office smash Olympus Has Fallen. This pretty much sets it up. World leaders and dignitaries have gathered in Britain for the funeral of the British Prime Minister, and meanwhile, a sinister terrorist group plans a massive attack on London, and this is pretty much how it goes. I mean, it's jingoism at its finest. There are just so many terrible, one-dimensional characters and cultural references in the movie. It really just doesn't do anything to further international relations at all. So if you like the B-movie thrills and the over-the-top action and the ultimate cheesy one-liners, then you're going to like this one. And it's kind of baffling, though, to see great actors like Aaron Eckhart, Morgan Freeman, Angela Bassett be in these movies and turn out this dialogue. But I mean, that's okay. It's not for everyone. But I will say it is pretty action-packed, and Gerard Butler does get his share of one-liners in there. But again, very culturally insensitive as well. And we do live in some strange times. I just think this kind of entertainment doesn't really help the already tense relations between cultures and nations. But there you go. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. I will give London Has Fallen a pass. Now, a heartwarming story, Eddie the Eagle, Taron Egerton, who I loved in The Kingsman, and Hugh Jackman. This is the true story of the notoriously tenacious British underdog ski jumper, Eddie Edwards. He charmed the world at the '88 Olympics in Calgary, no less, and the film is based on his story, as I say, heartwarming, and the true story of perseverance and passion and achieving the impossible dream. Loved Hugh Jackman in this one, and Egerton is so great. It gets a little bit schmaltzy, of course. It kind of tugs at the heartstrings a little bit too much in some parts, but overall very funny, very lighthearted, and just a nice sports movie about the the sort of power of human determination. Egerton is going places, man. He is a great actor, that guy. Kind of reminiscent of Alden Ehrenreich in Hail Caesar. All right, moving on now. We're going to talk Sally Field. The two-time Oscar winner is back in a quirky romantic comedy. I love this one. Max Greenfield also awesome in this one. Hello, my name is Doris, and Sally stars as Doris, a quirky 60-something woman who's taken a chance on a romance with a much younger coworker. There's a lot at play here under the surface, though, in terms of her life, where she's at. She just is overcoming a tragedy, and there's the great Tyne Daly as well, who's a scene stealer in the movie. Beth Bears from Two Broke Girls and Stephen Root also in the film, as well as Elizabeth Reeser. So a great cast coming together with an awesome original script, and it was directed by Michael Showalter of The State fame, that great MTV sketch comedy troupe show. And I really like what Showalter did with this one. Very sensitive direction, and in a time where it's really hard for actresses in their 60s to get these kind of great roles, it was so refreshing to see such a witty, charming screenplay, as well as awesome character acting going on here. And Sally Field, man, she's never been better. So don't miss this one. It's a beautiful little film. Hello, my name is Doris. Get it now. And finally, we're talking TV. Yes, people, the event series X-Files. The truth is still out there. Get it on Blu-ray and DVD. DVD. After 14 years, nearly 14 years after the original run, the next mind-bending chapter in the X-Files with the thrilling 6-episode event series, right from original creator and executive producer Chris Carter. You've got David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson back as their iconic roles as FBI agents Fox Mulder and Dana Scully, respectively. Also, some familiar faces from the original returning, and some great cameos, courtesy of some well-known actors and actresses. So this really marks the return of the Emmy and Golden Globe award-winning pop culture phenomenon, which remains one of the longest-running sci-fi series in network television history. Some of the writing on the new stuff was a little heavy-handed, particularly at the beginning when they were establishing all the time that had gone by and really trying to bring it into the modern world. But things settled down, and then it got really good. There were some classic X-Files moments, some real funny parts, and it just brought together that bizarre quirkiness that I think we all loved about the show. And the two of them combined, Anderson and Duchovny, went into the roles again so well. So they fit the molds perfectly of those old characters. Yes, and he's back as well, the Smoking Man. All right, there you go, people. That's it. Lots to choose from this week. I'm Thor Diecow. You can check me out on Twitter at Thor Diecow. And let me know what you thought of these titles. We'll see you next week on breakfasttelevision.ca.